we've seen is Somali fraudsters at an industrial scale taking advantage of that program to the tune of millions and millions of dollars.
A native Minnesotan who works as a lineman or works as a construction worker, works in any job that requires hard work, dedication, focus, who's worried about his ability to support for and provide his family. And then imagine that he has a neighbor who's a Somali refugee who arrived 2 years ago and has a Mercedes and no financial stress and no worries at all in the entire world and never seems to ever go to work at all because he just went to an office in the state, lied on a piece of paper, and got unlimited free money forever for life.
You've never had an administration that has really taken this seriously. We think fraud has been a problem for a long time. It became a massive, massive problem under the Biden administration.
If you're a Somali refugee living in Minnesota, you could lie about how many children you have. You could lie about what your immigration status is. You could lie about your marital status. You could lie about child care. You could lie about disability. You could lie about all these things and many more. And nobody in the state of Minnesota would validate any of these facts before writing you a check.
What we're going to actually do is force the bureaucracy to take this seriously and work together as political principles to make sure that we stop allowing fraudsters to steal the American people's money.
Our work on this task force will be to develop a comprehensive national strategy to combat the corruption of our federal benefits programs and to assist the Department of Justice in prosecuting those who have corrupted them. In doing so, we will restore the social trust that has been lost because of mismanagement and fraud.
All of these programs are operated entirely on the honor system. No verification takes place before individuals are enrolled in or receive these benefits.
This is not just theft of the American people's money, this is also theft of critical services that the American people rely on. The autism scam that we've seen in the Somalian parts of Minnesota really illustrates well what's been going on across whole layers of our government. So you have a program set up under Medicaid to help autistic children and their families get the resources that they need, because of course we know that when you have a kid who's on the spectrum, it requires a little bit more help, a little bit more services. People are getting rich off of fraud schemes instead of making sure that autistic children and their families get access to these resources.
And it's to the everlasting and eternal shame of the Democrat Party.